Welcome back to NT Coins World, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of numismatics. If you're a coin collector or just getting started, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into some of the top 2 Lincoln pennies that every collector should know about. The 1963 D Lincoln penny and 1969 S Lincoln penny will cover their history, design, mintage, errors, and current market value, so stick around to find out if you have one of these valuable pennies in your collection. Let's start with our first featured coin. The 1963 D Lincoln penny is a fascinating coin with historical significance, collector interest, and some notable errors that make it stand out. By 1963, the Lincoln penny had been in circulation for over 50 years. The design, originally introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, remained unchanged except for a few minor adjustments. The 1963 D penny was struck during a time of economic growth in the US, just before the introduction of the copper-coated zinc pennies in the 1980s. This coin represents one of the last years of 95% copper composition before the transition to cheaper metals. The Denver Mint was one of the 2 facilities striking pennies that year, with the other being the Philadelphia Mint. The D Mint mark below the date signifies that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which played a key role in US coinage production. The obverse front of the coin features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Above Lincoln's head, the phrase, "In God We Trust," is prominently displayed. To the left, the word "Liberty" is inscribed, and to the right, the date 1963 appears, with the D mint mark just below it. On the reverse back, we see the iconic wheat ears design, which was featured on Lincoln pennies from 1909 to 1958. The 2 wheat stalks surround the central inscriptions, 1 cent and United States of America, with the national motto A Pluribus Unum at the top. This design was eventually replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial reverse, which continued until 2008, before being changed again to commemorate Lincoln's bicentennial. The 1963 D Lincoln penny had a high mintage, with approximately 1,774,020,400 coins struck at the Denver Mint. This means the coin is not particularly rare in general circulation, but certain factors can make specific examples more valuable to collectors. Despite the high mintage, high-grade specimens, especially in mint state conditions, can be valuable due to their luster, strike quality, and minimal wear. Coins that have been well preserved in brilliant uncirculated BU condition are especially sought after. Some of the most valuable 1963 D Lincoln pennies are those with mint errors or varieties. Here are a few notable ones. Doubled, die, obverse, DDO. This error results from a misalignment during the striking process, causing doubling on the date, Lincoln's profile, or inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust. Doubled die reverse. DDR less common, but still valuable. A doubled die reverse can cause noticeable doubling on 1 cent and other design elements. Repunched, mint mark, RPM. Some 1963 D pennies exhibit repunched D mint marks where the original mint mark was stamped more than once, creating a shadow effect. Clipped, planché. This occurs when a part of the blank coin is missing due to an error in the punching process. While minor clips are common, larger clips can be highly collectible. Off-center strikes. Coins that are struck off-center by 5% to 50% can fetch premium prices depending on how much of the design is missing. The value of a 1963 D Lincoln penny depends on its condition and whether it has errors. Here's a general price guide. Circulated condition. Most circulated 1963 D pennies are worth 1 to 3 cents due to their copper content. Uncirculated condition, MS60 to MS65. Prices range from $5 to $30 depending on luster and strike quality. High-grade specimens, MS67 plus coins. Graded MS-67 or higher can be worth $150 to $300 or more, especially if they have full red RD luster. Doubled die varieties can sell for $50 to $500 depending on severity. Off-center strikes can range from $50 to $200. Repunched mint marks often sell for $20 to $100 based on visibility. Collectors primarily seek red RD examples of this penny, as copper coins naturally tone over time, shifting from bright red to brown BN. A red coin in MS-65 or higher is far more valuable than a brown or red-brown one. The 1963 D Lincoln penny is an attractive coin for collectors due to several factors. Historical significance. It represents one of the last years of the all-copper Lincoln pennies before composition changes in 1982. Affordable for beginners. While rare error varieties command high prices, even uncirculated examples are relatively inexpensive, making them accessible to new collectors. High-grade potential. Many high mintage coins suffer from weak strikes and bag marks, so finding a perfectly struck example is a challenge. Copper value. With rising copper prices, pre-1982 Lincoln pennies have a built-in intrinsic value due to their metal content. While the 1963 D Lincoln penny may not be the rarest coin, its collectability remains strong. Whether you're looking for error varieties, high-grade specimens, or just want to add a classic Lincoln penny to your collection, this coin is definitely worth keeping an eye on. The 1969 S Lincoln penny was struck at the San Francisco Mint during a period of significant change in the U.S. coinage system. By the late 1960s, the U.S. Mint was experiencing a shortage of small denomination coins due to increased coin hoarding, a rising demand for cash transactions, and growing interest from collectors. Additionally, the 1960s saw a major transition in mint mark policies. In 1965, the U.S. Mint removed mint marks from all coins to discourage hoarding. This practice lasted until 1968, when mint marks were reinstated. As a result, the 1969 S Lincoln penny was among the first pennies in several years to feature the S Mint mark, making it a noteworthy issue for collectors. Despite its high mintage, what makes this coin legendary is its rare double die obverse DDO variety, which remains one of the most famous and valuable errors in U.S. numismatic history. The 1969 S Lincoln penny follows the classic design that had been in use since 1909. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. The motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed at the top. To Lincoln's left, the word liberty appears. The date 1969 is positioned to the right, with the small S Mint mark just below it. For the doubled die obverse DDO variety, this is where things get interesting. The doubling is most prominent on the words liberty and "In God We Trust," as well as on the date 1969 itself. This extreme doubling is what makes this variety highly valuable. The reverse of the coin, designed by Frank Gasparo, features the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the wheat ears design in 1959. Above the Lincoln Memorial, the inscription "United States of America" is displayed. The national motto, "A pluribus unum," appears between the inscription and the memorial. At the bottom, the denomination 1 cent is clearly marked. Since this side of the coin does not feature a double die variety, collectors mainly focus on the obverse when identifying rare examples. The 1969 S Lincoln penny had a total mintage of 544,375,000, making it a very common coin in circulation. However, despite the high mintage, the doubled die obverse DDO variety is extremely rare, with only a few dozen confirmed examples in existence. Unlike modern proof coins from San Francisco, these were regular business strike coins, meaning most of them entered circulation, making high-grade examples difficult to find. The 1969 S Lincoln penny is famous primarily because of its double die obverse DDO error, but there are a few other notable varieties and errors that collectors seek. This is the holy grail of 1969 S pennies, and one of the most sought-after error pennies in US history. Key features include strong doubling on "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1969. The doubling is very pronounced and can be seen with the naked eye. Unlike other minor double dies, this variety is a major one, making it exceptionally valuable. The Secret Service initially thought this coin was counterfeit and confiscated several examples before numismatists proved it was a legitimate mint error. Some 1969 S pennies feature a repunched S mint mark, where the initial mint mark was slightly misaligned and restamped. While not as valuable as the double die, this variety is still collectible. A small number of 1969 S pennies were struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing due to misalignment during the minting process. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, these coins can sell for $50 to $500. The value of a 1969 S Lincoln penny depends largely on its condition and whether it features the rare double die error. Here's a breakdown of values. Regular 1969 S Lincoln penny, no errors. Circulated condition G4 VF35 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated MS 60 MS 65 $1 to $10. High grade MS 67 plus red $75 to $250.19 minus S doubled die obverse. DDO value circulated very good to extremely fine $20,000 to $50,000. Uncirculated mint state 60 to mint state 64 $75,000 to $150,000. Gem uncirculated MS 65 plus over $250,000. Highest known grade MS 67 RD $500,000 plus. Repunched mint mark RPM $20 to $150 depending on condition. Off-center strike $50 to $500 depending on the percentage of off-center misalignment. Due to its rarity, the 1969 SDDO penny is considered one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered. Historic numismatic rarity. The double die obverse variety is one of the most famous and sought-after error coins. Extreme value. Even circulated examples of the DDO sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Mint mark. Significance. One of the first pennies to feature the S mint mark again after the temporary removal from 1965 to 1967. Investment potential. With fewer than 100 confirmed examples, prices have steadily increased over time. A collector's dream. Finding one in circulation would be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The 1963 D Lincoln penny and 1969 S Lincoln penny is an incredible coin with a rich history and legendary status among collectors. Whether you're searching for a rare double die variety or just love collecting Lincoln pennies, this coin deserves a place in any collection. Do you have 1963 D penny and 1969 S penny in your collection? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NT Coins World for more numismatic content. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll cover another rare and valuable Lincoln penny.